Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala Mzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews, ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe okokuqala ujoyina namhlanje and you happen to like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda upressa i-notification bell ukuze uka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanjalo uma ufuna ukuba imember yale channel, there is a join button la ngezansi. There is also a thanks button uma ngabe umuntu ofuna ukudonate to the channel or saying thank you to the channel ngemali. Thank you so much to everybody that watches ama-adverts akule channel. I appreciate it a lot. The story that I'm gonna do now, I am doing specifically because I did do that story initially when Dr. Malinga came on my podcast and chill, and he was talking about his financial troubles, but also because afterwards I got confused as to how and how much was being donated to him in terms of helping him with that 500,000 debt from MISARS. There was a time, first initially during the podcast, there were people donating money, saying that they're donating to Dr. Malinga, but they were donating through a thanks option on the podcast. And then afterwards, I think a bank account details were issued so that people could donate. And then after that, there was a Makati story that she had invited him to go perform. I think that performance hasn't taken place, so we don't know how much he's going to be making there. Nobody has mentioned it. But there was also a story of how Black Coffee had donated the whole amount to Dr. Malinga, but then other people were saying it actually wasn't the whole amount. So I am more interested in finding out because if Black Coffee has donated the whole amount, are people still continuing to donate to him? What is the purpose now? Or was it not? I just want to get that clarity. And I thought since I had done the initial story, maybe some of my viewers would be interested to get that clarity too. How much has been donated? Are people still donating? Does he still need more money at this point? So I decided to go with the article that is from Drum magazine, because what I'm finding with the other publications recently is that they also sometimes do stories based on what they took from social media. So sometimes you feel like they don't do as much research. It's like they talking about the same thing that you would have found on social media. So I found that Abo Drum Magazine Ganjena, they do a little bit more research, so it's more reliable. So for this story, that's why I decided to go with Drum, even though there are other publications that have written about how much has been donated to Dr. Malinga. So this story was written on the 13th of September. I had nothing. Dr. Malinga fans and friends raised 100,000 to pay for his 500,000 SARS bill. It's written by Kama Daile. It says, at the height of his career, he launched charity drives, donating school shoes to the underprivileged, food parcels, sanitary towels, and at one point helped out a family whose home was burnt down. Because he didn't go far with his schooling, he also contributed to paying for the school and university fees of many students from his hometown. This is after his career took off with the release of his first single via Orlando. But recently, Dr. Goodwill Malinga has opened up about his financial woes and owing the South African Revenue Service over 500,000 rands. The Ngikwenzeni singer revealed how SARS had wiped his home clean and auctioned his furniture and belongings worth 500,000, and he is now looking for help. I helped people out, not looking for anything in return, he tells Drum. I believe the little I have I should share in my life. There are ups and downs, but COVID-19 was the main reason for losing my belongings. He was already doing great, but when the pandemic started, things got worse for Dr. Malinga and his family. There were no gigs, no money coming in. It felt useless. I felt useless, like a used piece of chewing gum. When he tried to apply for the Artist Relief Fund, Dr. Malinga says he did not receive a response. I did not even receive a food hamper. My wife was pregnant with lingos and legends. We did not have medical aid and we were scared to go to the public hospital. I was scared for my kids' health, he says. Luckily, his sister paid for the hospital for his twins. Things became rough. I lost furniture worth 500,000. Sales came and took my car and my furniture, right down to the fridge and microwave. I have nothing. I watched them auction everything off for 100,000, he says. I was there at the auction hoping someone would help me buy my stuff back. They didn't help. I reached out to people for help, some of whom I had helped in the past and the industry friends, but no one was there. Dr. Malinga says he felt lonely during this time. I always prioritize people, but it is true that givers do not always receive. Dr. Malinga says he reached out for help from his colleagues and to the Arts and Culture Minister, Mdletshe, but nobody could assist. I called Minister Mdletshe, we spoke, he says, I needed help and not advice on how to save my belongings. Luckily, I did not lose my home. My family still has a roof over their head. My father and four the father of four says he was never reckless with money. He does not drink or smoke. I can say that I blew my money. I can't say that I blew my money on alcohol, smoking, or women, but maybe there are some bad mistakes here and there. I haven't changed my lifestyle. I don't brag. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Since opening up, Dr. Malinga has received donations from music industry friends such as Oskido, Black Coffee, and Julius Malema, as he has secured some bookings. The bookings are coming in. Makati booked me for the one woman show in October. People are fighting for me to be booked. I am so grateful. There are funds coming into my account. I was moved when people started depositing as little as 10 Rand. I was wondering how much that person has for them to sacrifice the last money to help me. Other people were sending messages of encouragement. I am so grateful and believe we will raise enough through gigs and donations. I am so grateful to Maggie and his podcast, The Chillers, for hearing my story and for the love and the support. People have even offered to fix my website after seeing that it was down. They are sharing my status and asking people to book me. They know I am talented. It's just that things didn't go well and God sent people to show me love. Dr. Malinga says he has managed to raise 100,000. I know we still have a long way to go to get to 500,000. Dr. Malinga says, as rumored on social media, he did not receive 500,000 from DJ Coffee. People are always making up stories. I plan to be very transparent because this is the money from the supporters and we are still working towards the 500,000 rand. We still need 400,000. Dr. Malinga says once his debt is settled, he plans to continue to help people through his foundation. I do not want it to end with me. I plan to help other people too. I wish to continue to help young people through school and help because I know what it is like to need help. Dr. Malinga says this experience has also motivated him to release new music. I have a song with Kabza the Small coming out soon and two other singles titled Somandla Ukuphi and Ngiyabonga Nkosi Yami. Yeah, there it is, you guys. Clearly, people have donated a lot. 100,000 rand is not imali encane, iningi kakhulu leyo mali, because he was struggling already. So it would have been hard for him to raise that 100,000. I'm so glad that he did, but he is clarifying that Black Coffee did not give him 500,000. It doesn't say on this article but it's not 500,000. And if all of the money together makes 100,000, it means that even DJ Black Coffee, his contribution makes part of that 100,000. I'm so touched, you guys. I think South Africans, have done a good thing here. Like he says, there's even people that are donating. If you're donating 10 rands, maybe that was the only 10 rand. Maybe you had like 17 rands in your account and you're donating like 10 rands. So it's so great that people are willing to help him. And like he said, that he's planning to be transparent with money because that's what happens with the celebrities. They will get the help, but they will not be transparent on how they spend the money because I think that if you take money from the public in the form of a donation, you must be able to come back and give receipts to say, this is the money that was donated, this is the money that came into my account, this is how I spent it. I do think it's your social responsibility to do that if you have been helped by the public. Instead of coming like 6 months later and say, I was in trouble, I was helped, I am okay now, I'm doing well, but you're not giving an account of how you spend that money. So I am glad that he has a plan to be transparent on where that money is going to go. And also, I'm hoping that when he starts doing better, then he can also say to the people that they can stop donating, because then there's other people that people can be helping. So I'm so glad that this is clarified right now. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Puma. If you want to share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntando.